Like I think it's kind of life changing. You can feel your soul getting peace at night. There's no artificial lights, just the moon and stars above you. I think it's very quiet moment where you feel deeply connected to the sky. I think honestly, when I used to feel really drained from working in a big cities like Shanghai, Shenzhen, Beijing, some yeah, I really want to go back home just to the grass and to recharge everything. Yeah, there's something deeply healing about it. Yeah. If you are in the sun, if you, as Ikiana just mentioned before, Naadam, right?
Yeah, I did mention Naadam.
Yeah, Naadam is a very big traditional festival with wrestling, as you said, wrestling, horse racing. Yeah. But nowadays, in, at least in Inner Mongolia, we also have live music with local artists and calligraphy and creative handmade stuff and some competition of the cheese, because we love eat cheese. Yeah, cheese. So it's not just very old school stuff. We also have very modern culture all mixed in. It's so fun. Yeah, you can see who we are today.
That's a lot. There's a lot to unpack here. From like silence to festivals to cheese. I didn't know. I need to try Mongolian cheese now. I kind of had to try it. That sounds crazy. I love that. And like if somebody wants to visit like Mongolia, like they kind of need to speak a little bit of the Mongolian language. Since you know about Mongolian language, what are some recommendations or considerations for people interested in learning the language?
You mean the just language, not Mongolian, right?
The Mongolian language, like Mongolian the language.
Mongolian language, I would say the Mongolian script, vertical script we use in Inner Mongolia is quite difficult. I think it's super difficult to foreigners to learn. If you want to learn Mongolian, I recommend you learn it like Cyrillic.
Like the Cyrillic script.
Yeah, Cyrillic. Yeah, after Mongolia they use. I think that was the best start.
So it's a little bit of an extra challenge. Like maybe you start from Cyrillic and then you go to the vertical script, because at least the people that I met at the Polyglot Gathering 2025 held in Brno, Czechia.
Oh, but sometimes people always said that you have to pick a language that can boost your career. So it's very practical. Yes. I don't think Mongolian could be the better choice for this reason.
Yeah, I mean, but you'd be surprised how many people are learning languages, not just necessarily for the career, but just because they're like passionate about it. I've met people that even started making their own like made up languages and then share it with other language learners just because they like the idea of learning as many languages. Like I met people like that learn like 30 languages at once, which is insane.
Yeah, so this is more for the language nerds.
For the language nerds, yeah. But I mean, let's say that let's say that you met somebody that is interested in learning Mongolia. Maybe there's like a couple of phrases or proverbs or idioms that like could impress a local.
One of my favorite Mongolian proverbs is it means if you do your part, fate will do its part too. But the deeper meaning goes beyond just work hard and you will get the results. It's more about how we believe fate is kind of a partnership. It only means when you have to put in the effort first, live with discipline, self-reflection and intention. Only then will fate respond and support you. Because in our culture, we often say that your destiny is something you shape. The blessings are something you build through your actions. So I think it's a mindset deeply tied to the nomadic life, where timing, place, human effort all need to come together in harmony.
Yeah,
I really like this. Yeah, I really like the proverbs.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's a lot of people that have a very different idea that like kind of like universe does its own thing. You don't have to really work on it. Everything will work itself out, kind of like that mentality. And a lot of people don't realize that there is a lot of effort that you have to put to make sure that you can get that help from fate or like karma, I guess, in a sense. So it's very interesting to see, like, guys, put in the effort. Even when you're learning languages, put in the effort. But then, after a while, the world will reward you. Don't get me wrong. It's not, you're not against the world. You just need to collaborate with them.
Absolutely, yes. And talking about languages and language nerds, actually, and polyglots, you are speaking like a lot of languages fluently too. So it's Mongolian, Chinese fluently, and then you studied Japanese, Korean, and some French. So what sparked your own passion for languages?
At first, I was kind of a passive language learner. I'm Mongolian, grew up in China. I had to learn Chinese and of course English because it's global language. And then later on, my interest in K-pop made me want to learn Korean by myself.
It's always the K-pop.
K-pop or K-drama. So most of the time, my motivation to learn a new language started with a curiosity and the interest. Also, since we Chinese often need to use VPNs to access certain websites. So I like to fact check things and go deeper into the source. And that really pushed me to learn more languages because sometimes I don't really trust the translation. That's why.
Yeah, I've seen some very bad translations of things out there. And so it's like, I definitely understand. And like, not everything that you read out on the internet is like going to be factual. And yeah. But like, so like all of these languages, but in your opinion, which one was the hardest to learn?
From my experience, French was the hardest one because the speed of speaking is really, really fast and there's a lot of stuff to memorize, the grammar, the vocabularies. It's really hard for me. Honestly, even the easier ones, like for me, like Japanese and Korean have their own tricky parts. For example, Japanese honorifics are super tough and can be really frustrating to learn for me. Yeah, but French was the really, really hardest one.
Yeah.
Do you have an easiest as well? Like which one was the easiest for you?
Easiest? I think Asian languages have been easier for me to learn, especially Korean, because partly because both Korean and Mongolian are how to say that word, agglutinative languages. But so their grammars have some similarities. Yeah.
With so many different languages, you kind of like, with so many different languages and so many different inspirations, like, do you think then having them speaking multiple languages shape the way or your identity and the way that you think about yourself?
Yeah, it really shapes how I see myself. Like each language brings out different side of me. When I speak Mongolian, I feel like I connect to my roots, my community, very personal emotions. But Chinese feels more practical because it's part of my everyday life. I am really when I speak Chinese, I feel like really structured. And Korean and Japanese make me maybe more careful about the politeness. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And French is still growing on me. Yeah. I carry little pieces of each language or each culture. So that's changed how I think I am and who I am. I guess I'm more of a global citizen now. Yeah, because I don't think I'm fully belong anywhere, but at the same time I feel like I can belong anywhere.